Life at times feels overwhelming. It comes at us fast, and sometimes we feel like we can't catch a breath. The world doesn't always treat us kindly. We're hurt by those we trust. We face challenges we didn't expect, and we experience losses that shake us to our very core. It's in these moments when we feel like we've been knocked down that we must ask ourselves, what's next? What do we do when it hurts? The truth is, pain is inevitable. Life is full of peaks and downs, and sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is too much to bear. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, the failure of a dream, or the betrayal of a friend, pain is an unavoidable part of our human experience. But here's the truth that we often forget. Pain is not a punishment, but a part of our growth. When you feel like you've been knocked down, remember this. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to feel broken. It's okay to cry, to scream, and to let the emotions flow. But here's the most important thing. Don't let the hurt define you. Don't let it make you believe that this moment is the end of your story. Every pain, every tear, every broken piece of you can become the fuel that propels you forward. The power of healing lies not in avoiding the pain, but in learning how to rise above it. We've all faced moments of adversity. There are days when we feel like the universe is against us, but it's in those moments that we must dig deep. It's in those dark times that we find our strength. We learn that we can endure. We learn that we can rise from the ashes. It's often said that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's true. Pain isn't here to destroy you. It's here to reveal who you really are. It tests your resilience. It pushes you to see the depth of your own strength. When you get back up after a fall, you don't just return to where you were. You rise higher, stronger, and more determined. Remember that pain is temporary, but the lessons you learn from it are permanent. Every wound you heal, every scar you carry, is a testament to your survival. It's proof that you didn't give up. It's proof that you're a warrior. You're stronger than you think. No matter how hard the journey is, keep moving forward. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. The light at the end of the tunnel may seem far away, but trust me, it's there. And the more you push through the darkness, the brighter that light will become. And when you finally reach the other side of the storm, you'll look back and see how far you've come. You'll see the strength you didn't know you had, and you'll be proud of how much you've overcome. So to anyone who's hurting right now, know this. You are not alone. This pain will not last forever. Your story is still being written, and in the end, you will emerge victorious. Pain is often perceived as a negative experience, something to avoid at all costs. However, in the grand scheme of life, pain is inevitable. It's not something that can be entirely escaped. Whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, pain shows up in different forms, but it always has a purpose. It's essential to understand that pain is not a reflection of your worth. It does not define who you are, and it certainly doesn't determine your future. As human beings, we are built to experience pain. It's an essential part of our emotional and psychological growth. In fact, it's the very nature of pain that encourages us to reflect, change, and grow. Without it, we would have no reason to improve or to seek out better circumstances. Pain can serve as a wake-up call, prompting us to evaluate our current state and to push toward new possibilities. However, many people fall into the trap of believing that pain is a permanent state of being. They believe that if they hurt, they are weak, damaged, or somehow less than others. This couldn't be further from the truth. Pain may feel overwhelming in the moment, but it is a transient experience. It comes and goes, much like the ebb and flow of the tides. Just because you are in pain doesn't mean you are broken or that you have failed. It simply means you are human. When we embrace the fact that pain is a part of life, we can free ourselves from the burden of thinking that something is wrong with us when we hurt. Instead of shying away from our pain, we can begin to learn from it. We can use it as a tool for self-awareness and growth. For instance, when we experience emotional pain from a relationship breakdown, we have an opportunity to reflect on what went wrong, what we can do differently, and how we can avoid similar mistakes in the future. In this way, pain becomes a teacher. It's also important to recognize that pain doesn't have to define our sense of self. Just because we are going through a difficult time doesn't mean that we are failures or that our identity is tied to our current circumstances. Our lives are filled with a range of experiences, some joyful, some painful. Pain is simply one chapter in our story, and it doesn't have to be the one that defines us. The key takeaway here is this. Pain may be inevitable, but it does not make you less of a person. It doesn't dictate who you are or who you will become. It's merely a part of the process of being human, and like all things, it too shall pass. It's okay to feel pain, but don't let it control you. Often when we experience hurt, the natural reaction is to allow that pain to take over our emotions, thoughts, and even actions. We allow it to control how we perceive the world, how we interact with others, and how we treat ourselves. Pain has a way of clouding our judgment and making us believe that the world is darker than it actually is. But the truth is that while pain is an inevitable part of life, it doesn't have to govern us. It's one thing to feel the weight of your pain. It's another to let that pain define you. Feeling pain is part of the human experience. It's natural, it's human, and it's a sign that you are alive. When we experience emotional or physical pain, it's simply a response to the world around us. But that's where the distinction lies. While pain is a natural response, allowing it to control our lives is a choice. And that's where we find our power. When we let pain control us, we're choosing to stay in a state of suffering. The moment we realize that we have the power to not let our pain dictate our lives, we start to reclaim control. We have the ability to rise above the hurt. For example, if you've been hurt by someone close to you, you have the choice to either let that pain consume your thoughts and cloud your actions, or use it as a stepping stone for personal growth. You can choose to forgive and move forward, not because it's easy, but because you're not going to let someone else's actions keep you in a place of negativity. You can choose to reflect on the lesson that the pain is teaching you, rather than letting it imprison you in bitterness. The key to not letting pain control you lies in your mindset. It's in how you choose to react to the hurt. No matter how much pain you feel, it's always possible to shift your perspective and take control of how you move forward. This doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing your pain. It simply means not allowing it to rule over you. Embrace the pain, process it, and then let it go. You don't have to carry it with you forever. The world doesn't stop because you're in pain, and neither should you. The moment you stop letting pain control your every move, you'll realize how much freedom you have to grow, heal, and thrive. When it hurts, it's a sign of growth. We tend to fear pain, avoid it, or even resent it. Yet, pain is an undeniable part of personal growth. It's easy to think of pain as a hindrance, as something that slows us down, but it's actually an essential tool in our development. Think about the growth process of any living thing. A tree must endure storms. A seed must crack open, and a caterpillar must break free from its cocoon. Growth doesn't come without struggle. It doesn't come without discomfort. Pain is often the catalyst for change. Without it, we would remain stagnant, never feeling the need to evolve or push ourselves to become better versions of who we are. Growth requires us to step out of our comfort zone, and that's exactly what pain does. It pushes us out of the familiar and into the unknown. Imagine trying to grow in an environment where nothing challenges you. No setbacks, no obstacles, no pain. You would simply remain where you are forever. But when pain enters the picture, it forces you to look at yourself and your circumstances in a new way. It challenges you to adapt, to become stronger, and to learn. Pain, when embraced, can provide invaluable lessons. It teaches resilience, perseverance, and how to overcome adversity. When we face pain, we are given an opportunity to develop emotional strength, mental fortitude, and deeper empathy. Without pain, we would never know our true strength because we would never be tested. The idea that pain leads to growth isn't just a platitude, it's a powerful truth. The moments in life that hurt the most are often the moments that teach us the most. They shape our character, refine our abilities, and prepare us for the future. Just as muscles grow stronger when they are torn and rebuilt, our minds and spirits grow stronger through the trials we endure. Pain, when properly understood, isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace. It's the signal that you are on the verge of becoming something greater. So the next time you find yourself in pain, don't despair. Recognize it for what it truly is. A sign that you're growing, evolving, and moving toward the person you are meant to be. You may not see the growth in the moment, but trust that it's happening beneath the surface. The pain is shaping you into the person you are destined to become. Your strength is revealed in how you rise after the fall. Life is full of setbacks, obstacles, and hardships. We all face challenges that test our limits, but the measure of your true strength is not in avoiding these difficulties or in never feeling pain. True strength is shown in your ability to rise after each fall, to get up when life knocks you down. The world may try to break you, but your resilience, your ability to stand up again, is what defines your true power. It's easy to feel defeated when life delivers a blow. It's natural to feel weak and vulnerable, questioning whether you can go on. During these moments, it may seem like your world is falling apart and it's easy to believe that you've lost everything. But that's when your true strength begins to shine. It's when you face adversity head on, despite the odds stacked against you, that your resilience comes to the forefront. Life will throw challenges your way, and it may seem like you've been knocked down, but the real question is, how will you respond? The key is not in avoiding the fall, but in learning to rise stronger every time. Every fall is an opportunity to learn, to reflect, and to rebuild yourself. Think about the greatest people in history, those who have achieved remarkable success. It's not that they never faced setbacks, it's that they refused to stay down. They understood that falling doesn't mean failure. It simply means they are one step closer to where they need to be. You are not defined by your falls, but by your ability to rise again. When you fall, take a moment to acknowledge the hurt, but then focus on what's next. How will you use this experience to become better, wiser, and more determined? True strength comes from the willingness to rise after every setback. With each fall, you grow, you learn, and you come back stronger. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of the fall. Embrace it as part of your journey. Because when you rise again, you will be stronger than ever before. And that strength will carry you through even the hardest of times.